Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel, Baseball Talk with Nick Morgan. Pitchers and catchers have reported to spring training, which is so exciting because of course that means Major League Baseball is kicking off for the 2021 season. But just because spring training has started does not mean free agency is done with. There are still plenty of guys looking to find homes for this upcoming season, and today the New York Mets signed right-handed starting pitcher Taijuan Walker to a 2-year deal. Now that is exactly what we're going to go ahead and talk about here in today's video. If you guys are ready for this, so don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Without further ado, let's dive into this Taijuan Walker deal with the New York Mets. The New York Mets and right-handed starting pitcher Taijuan Walker have agreed to a 2-year contract. If we look at the breakdown by year, how much money Taijuan Walker is making, well, the Mets are giving him $10 million for 2021 and $7 million for 2022. That's a total of $17 million, but there's going to be at least $3 million more involved because this contract has a third-year player option. Now, this player option means for 2023, Walker can either elect free agency or choose to remain with the organization. If he elects free agency, the Mets will pay Walker an additional $3 million. They will buy him out of that contract. So the $10 million from 2021, $7 million from 2022, and $3 million for the buyout will total $20 million on the deal. However, if Walker decides he wants to remain a New York Met for 2023, he'll be getting a base salary of $6 million, but with escalators and incentives, that can go up to $8.5 million for that single year. So either way, the Mets will either be giving him $3 million to elect free agency in 2023 or $6 million with the potential of it rising to $8.5 million. This is a very nice contract for Taijuan Walker, who provides a little more stability and depth for this New York Mets rotation. He is young, he's experienced, he's been with a few different organizations throughout his time in Major League Baseball, and a guaranteed $20 million on a 2-year deal is not bad whatsoever. In 2020, Taijuan Walker split time with the Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays. He pitched in 11 games, winning 4 and losing 3, posting a 2.7 ERA. He struck out 50 batters in 53 1/3 innings pitched with a 1.16 whip. Now, this is one of his better seasons at the Major League Baseball level, even though it was an abbreviated year. So based off of what he did in 2020, the New York Mets really like what they're seeing out of Walker, and they're going to use him as either a number 4 or 5 man in their current rotation. Walker's 2020 numbers are already good, but if we look at specifically what he did for the Toronto Blue Jays organization, in 6 games, he posted a 1.37 earned run average, winning 2 games and losing 1 in 26 1/3 innings pitched. For those numbers, a 2-year deal with the New York Mets, a very competitive team going into 2021, and at least a $20 million contract, Walker is really going to benefit from this signing, but so are the New York Mets. Now, if we take a look at the New York Mets 5-man rotation, how things currently stand, of course, it is going to be fronted by ace Jacob Degrom. Degrom is arguably the best pitcher in the game going into 2021, and I would say, personally, he is number 1 at his position. He's got great stuff, is very dominant, and has proved to be an elite arm on the mound for the past how many seasons. Behind Jacob Degrom, your 2 through 4 guys in the rotation are Carlos Carrasco, Marcus Strowman, and David Peterson. These 3 guys are all almost guaranteed a spot in the 5-man rotation, especially after the history some of these guys have had. Carlos Carrasco is a huge name, formerly of the Cleveland Indians. He was a part of that Francisco Lindor trade package. Marcus Strowman has been dominant over the years. He had some good runs with the Toronto Blue Jays, now comes over with the New York Mets, and looks to bring a lot to the table this upcoming season. And of course, David Peterson had a breakout rookie campaign with the franchise and is expected to do a lot of great things in a Mets uniform. And finally, to fill out that number 5 spot, there are a number of guys who can make it, including Joey Lucchesi, who was a part of a 3-way trade that the New York Mets received, Jordan Yamamoto, who the Mets have gotten from the Miami Marlins after he was DFA'd, and now, of course, Taijuan Walker. So you would think, based off of these names, the spot is Walker's at the time, but we do not know how things will play out. Maybe Lucchesi or Yamamoto goes to the bullpen. Walker will most likely be a part of the starting rotation. I would say a number 5 guy, but if he can perform like how he did with the Blue Jays in 2020, he can easily be a number 4 guy or maybe even number 3 in a Mets uniform. So the starting pitching depth looks like Jacob Degrom, Marcus Strowman, Carlos Carrasco, David Peterson, Joey Lucchesi, Jordan Yamamoto, and now Taijuan Walker. Granted, you are still getting Noah Syndergaard back right around the All-Star break as he returns from Tommy John. There are so many arms to choose from when it comes to the rotation. It looks like for the first time in a long time, the New York Mets rotation won't be an issue when it comes to their gameplay. And of course, we know what kind of winter they've had. Bringing in Steve Cohen and all the success he's brought to the organization without a single game being played is so exciting and entertaining for Mets fans. The amount of guys they were able to pick up and add to their roster going into 2021 is insane, and they will most definitely be a competitive team this upcoming year. They're going to have to battle it out with a lot of good National League teams, though. The Atlanta Braves within the division looks to be a tough team to beat. Then you also have the Philadelphia Phillies and Washington Nationals who have made some moves. They want to fight here for a spot in the upcoming year. And the Miami Marlins shocked everyone in the abbreviated season. And if you look outside the division, outside of the National League East, of course, the Los Angeles Dodgers and San Diego Padres projected to be some of the best teams in baseball as well with the Mets. I mean, there's just a lot of National League competition going into 2021. It's going to be fun to see how things play out and where teams land, but the New York Mets have definitely set themselves up for so much success in this upcoming year. Taijuan Walker was one of the better remaining arms on the free agency market up until today when the Mets picked him up. But now that he is signed to a 2-year, $20 million deal, it looks like the New York Mets starting rotation depth might be completed, and I'm excited to see what they can accomplish truly in this upcoming season. With Walker's deal, the New York Mets payroll currently sits at $194.8 million. And of course, the luxury tax threshold is set at $210 million, so there is still money left for the Mets to spend if they want to make any more additional moves before the 2021 season starts. They have some wiggle room. They can go pick up another outfielder or reliever. I think pretty much their starting pitching rotation is done now with the addition of Walker, but this is just such a great move. I'm excited. I think this will be a great partnership for both parties. Walker joining the Mets, I would predict him to be the number 5 man in this rotation, at least until Syndergaard returns. But guys, that is going to go ahead and end it for this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Taijuan Walker has been signed by the New York Mets and now will join them at spring training before the 2021 Major League Baseball season officially kicks off. Guys, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Peace.